Okay, so I do want to show you how you can manipulate fonts and actually create them into outlines, kind of like you can do in Illustrator. So here's an example, again, of a double page spread that one page is a full image and the other page has text on it that has been converted to outlines and has been manipulated through its anchor points. So it does work similar to Illustrator. And then we have fonts here overlapping. And again, I just use a basic font, but you could use whatever font you want. And this is based on this example here, this double page spread. As you can see, it's a fashion spread. So it's based on this example here and wanted to show you how you could create something like this in InDesign. So going on to this spread here that doesn't have anything on it. Basically what it is a text box. So using your type tool, I'm just going to create a text box and I'll have to type in full in lowercase the way it was. I'm just gonna make this much bigger here using my shortcuts. Okay, or the technique that I could take this text box and hold down my Shift and Command and click on the corner. So Shift Command, click on the corner, and then I could make this much larger, something like that, very easily. And then I'm just going to make a copy of this. I don't want to draw a new text box, so you can do this too, but I'm going to make the font smaller because I'm going to type in contrast in here. This might be too big still. So I'm just going to put in, see what that looks like. Contrast. Okay. So now that I have these two here, I can kind of overlap these if I wanted to, kind of like that spread. However, I'm just going to leave it somewhere around here. Not necessarily overlap, but just kind of like that. Now, this is where I can take this text box and create my font to outlines. So outlines, once again, in Illustrator, we did this, where you create your fonts to objects. So that's what outlines is. You're creating your font to objects that you can manipulate. So selected on the text box that I do want to manipulate, I will go to Type, Create Outlines. Once I've done that, if I select, you can't really tell, however, if I use the white arrow, you could see if I zoom in, if you hover over, you start to see all the anchor points, okay? So what I could do here is just like I do in Illustrator, I just select only the anchor points that I want to manipulate, which are these ones at the top here. Then I could click on this area, hold Shift key to keep it straight and just drag it to the bleed line, the red bleed line. That's pretty much all you would have to do in order to manipulate that font. Then I could select this as well and kind of shift it over. Right now, I didn't add any columns to this layout. However, I can if I wanted to afterwards. And then all that was left was another text box at the bottom with just smaller type of text in a italic font. So that's all pretty much how it was created. So taking the type tool again, and then placing in filler text. I could just maybe put 2 lines as opposed to 3, period, and then make this into, I'm just going to use a different font. And I could adjust that. And then I could go to my preview mode, as you can see, and adjust that to align with your heading if you'd like. So that's how you can kind of do that. This one is a little lower, which I can also adjust. I could take this full thing and adjust it lower, and then once again, extend these anchor points, bring it up more. So again, you could adjust those, but the purpose is you can create all your fonts to outlines, which will no longer be editable text. So just remember that.